Hey guys, what's up? It's the WildHairMama, and I'm going to be talking about allergies in breastfed infants. This is my little guy right here, little Makai. I had him back in October of 2015, last year. He is 5 months, going on 6 months. He'll be 6 months, April 10th. And it's been a journey, the whole breastfeeding. Within my family, I am, kind of the only one who has decided to breastfeed. As far as the women in my family goes, the closest women, like my sisters, my mom, my grandma. So yes, I decided to breastfeed him because they say breast milk is the best milk. So I'm just gonna start at the very beginning. Right now I'm on the total elimination diet except for shellfish. No, right now I'm on the total elimination diet except for fish. So I still eat fish, and up until recently I just stopped eating corn. So I'm kind of like total elimination diet, but I still eat salmon. Right, so when he was born, in the beginning they wanted me to breastfeed, so I gave it a try, and it was kind of uncomfortable, it hurt. And then around the third day in the hospital, since my milk, my milk came in on the third day, his jaundice levels were rising, and they wanted to give him formula because they wanted to up his liquids, so that, I guess, so they could get all the bilirubin out. And so I decided, I mean, at the time I wasn't really sure what milk coming in even was. So I was just thinking, like, what's wrong with me? Why is my milk coming in? I mean, no, why? I thought that on the first day your milk's supposed to be there. So yeah, I thought something was wrong with me. And then when they wanted me to use formula, that didn't help my confidence in breastfeeding. So we ended up supplementing with formula in the hospital. So I think pretty early on, obviously, he was exposed to, some artificial things. Well, I guess milk and whatever was in the formula. I don't know if it was the formula that made his bilirubin levels go down, but eventually his jaundice got under control, and then they wanted me to, breastfeed again. But I think I was kind of, like, it had already affected my confidence in breastfeeding, just them recommending formula, because I thought that they felt like my milk wasn't enough, or that maybe I just was weird and I couldn't breastfeed. But anyway, when I got home from the hospital, I actually ended up going back to breastfeeding because, my breasts were like sore and hard and swollen, and the only way to get the milk out is either to pump or to feed the baby. And so we didn't have a pump, so I just decided to breastfeed, and we kind of been breastfeeding ever since. Now, I think just because of that experience in the hospital, I had I had doubts about my milk supply, like, pretty much ever since the beginning, just because I felt in the very beginning that they thought, I wasn't making enough. That kind of still stayed with me, even still, like, I still sometimes worry about if I'm making enough for him. But honestly, I had to learn to just trust my body. He is, like I said, going on 6 months, he's almost 18 pounds, and so obviously my milk supply is fine. I think it's a typical thing that moms worry about, like, am I making enough milk? I already tried, like, oatmeal, fenugreek, which gave him really bad gas and gave me, like, constipation and stuff. So yeah, but anyway, as far as the food allergies, we didn't start noticing any kind of symptoms up until, like, the 3rd month, or the 2nd to 3rd month. He had this, like, eczema rash on his forehead, which at first I thought was just, like, peeling skin, but it was itchy. I could tell it was itchy because he kept rubbing his forehead. So then I was thinking, like, okay, what's this? Like, it must be eczema. So then I started looking into it online, and a lot of moms were saying that, like, after they cut out certain things, the eczema went away, or, they noticed that, certain things they ate kind of contributed to their baby's eczema. So at first I thought there was no way I was going to be able to do a total elimination diet. But for me, I kind of started just eliminating certain things, and then, while I try to finish the story. Right, so it wasn't until, so I saw that rash on his head and it was itchy, that I noticed it, and it would kind of affect his breastfeeding, because, like, he'd be trying to breastfeed. It always happened right after he ate. So he would start drinking milk, and then shortly after he would start rubbing his head, and he would stop breastfeeding to rub his head like nonstop, like. So then I was thinking like, okay, this seems to happen after he eats, so it must be something I'm eating. So I cut out, the first thing I cut out was gluten or wheat. I don't know if it's gluten or wheat, but the first thing I cut out was bread. I was eating wheat bread and I was eating ciabatta bread. And so I cut those two out, which was really hard, guys. I didn't realize how important bread was to my diet. Not my diet, but like I ate a lot of bread apparently. And oh my gosh, his eczema drastically improved. And so I was like, yes. And then guys, I also have eczema too. So my eczema, I had it on my neck and on my feet, surprisingly. And it was like drastically better. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut out wheat, gluten. And so I did. But then, guys, I cut it out for like 5 days, and then all of a sudden, my milk supply took a hit. Like my milk supply was like really low. He's already fussing. He's tired.
He's tired? Come here. Come here.
Yeah, he is tired actually. So yeah, my milk supply took a hit, so I kind of got scared and was like, all right, I can't cut out bread. I gotta eat bread again. So I go back to bread, and of course, all the symptoms came back: the eczema, the itchiness, and also, guys, I didn't mention that he started sleeping a lot better as soon as we stopped the wheat and the gluten. So I was like, anyway, so after 5 days, I started eating bread again because, like I said, I freaked out because my milk supply was low, and then all the symptoms came back, and then I was like, so then I had to figure out like, okay, how can I cut out bread and replace bread with, you know, the equal amount of calories? So I figured maybe it was a calorie thing. That's why my milk supply dropped. So I kind of replaced it with like eating more vegetables, like broccoli, carrots, green beans, yams, sweet potatoes. So I tried to like up that and you know, to keep my milk supply up. So I started eating a lot more, I'm not gonna lie. And I started eating a lot of gluten-free pancakes and turkey bacon and all that stuff. So yeah, guys, he really improved, but he would still have itchy flare-ups every now and then. So the next thing I cut out was tree nuts. His rash, it was slowly getting a lot better. So after tree nuts, it was better. I stopped eating dairy because I think dairy upset his stomach. I can't eat chocolate because, I don't know, it makes him weird. I don't know if it's the caffeine or what, or the soy. Well, even when we had soy-free chocolate, like, he was just weird. The last thing I cut out was soy. And so, yeah, I cut out gluten, wheat, tree nuts, peanuts, soy, and the other 7 top allergens other than fish. And guys, I saw an amazing difference. Now, where we are right now, his head is like, oh my gosh, it's like 90% better. But it's like something that I'm eating is still affecting him. So my pediatrician ordered a food allergy test for him. So we went and got his blood drawn, and we're gonna find out, well, hopefully, I know they say that it's inconclusive and sometimes it doesn't really help, but I think it'll shed some light on some of the things that he is allergic to. So we have to wait for that because I don't know how long the results take, but as soon as I get it updated, I'll let you guys know what it is. But I really think that obviously the link to food allergies and eczema, to me it seems obvious, but obviously it's not that obvious to some people. Like I wanted to get my own food allergy test done because like I said, I haven't had eczema for years. But when I went to see my doctor to get food allergy test or ask him about it, he was like, no, you kind of have to have an anaphylactic reaction in order for us to order a food allergy test. I'm like, so wait, you want it to be completely severe before I can see if I have an allergy? Like, and he's like, plus food allergies and eczema, like food allergies has nothing to do with eczema. So, and he's like, plus even if you got the food allergy test done, like, what are you gonna do? Avoid all foods? I'm like, guys, in that office, he literally said everything that I didn't want him to say. Like, he was completely unsupportive of my ideas and thoughts, and he was just like, no, that doesn't make any sense. You're weird. So I don't know if I'll be able to get a food allergy test for myself, but at least we got it for him. And he didn't even cry when they took his blood. So he's such a strong trooper. I love you, Bubba. Right, guys. So I have a post about this on my blog, WildHairMama.com. So I'll put a link to that in the description box. So go check that out. Stay tuned for more videos. It's pretty much going to be my tips and tricks, my adventures, my discoveries, all that and more. Alright, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Peace out. Also, share your stories. Does your baby have any kind of reactions or sensitivities to what you eat? And have you cut out certain things? Has it helped? Have you gotten the food allergy test done? Did it help? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, peace out.